I'm from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. My mom worked third shift and second, so she was never home. And my dad, he was always raising me and my brother. As I got older, I realized that he had a bad addiction to gambling. He wiped my mom's bank account out. He was in jail. So when I was like 17, I moved out. It was a lot of bad relationships, dysfunctional, abusive, cheating, lying. It's like bringing your childhood into your relationships. And then I would just leave and be homeless again, if I didn't want to be with the person no more. So you would put up with a lot of abuse and stuff or bad relationships to have a place over your head. Sometimes the guy takes advantage of it, you know what I mean? Because he knows you need him.
I was born in Puerto Rico in a little town, a real bad town, but raised in Central Falls. I was lucky to be adopted by my aunt, but I went through it. Being poor, I was malnourished, I was dehydrated as a child, and she rushed me to the hospital. I had 4 seizures. That kind of left my mind where I can't focus too long on things. I can't be sitting down for a long period of time. But she still never left my side. When we finally got out the hospital, she asked my biological mom if she's willing to hand me over to her so she could raise me, since it was too much for her to handle. She was very young at her age, and she signed me over with no problem, and my father handed me out of a window, like I was a UPS package. Well, I went through a lot of stuff that a normal child shouldn't go through, but it just made me stronger. Family's supposed to be there when you need them. They're supposed to be the people you go to. But at the end of the day, when I really needed any of them, they were never there. I was bullied from about 10 till I was 14. So when I see somebody getting bullied, I don't like it. I never want nobody to feel that helplessness, that you feel like you don't think you have a voice, basically. Tammy's the only woman I ever thought I could open myself up to, and she's been there. That's my everything right there.
Being homeless in a relationship is like you wake up in a tent, you both get stressed out because sometimes you don't even know what to tell each other anymore. Like, oh, it's gonna be all right, because you know that it's not for a while.
Yeah, it's just the thing, you argue about things that we got no control of, what I mean? There's just wishing we weren't in that situation would make anybody stressed out. Mm-hmm. That's all it was. You see, we slept in cars, we slept in my van, and then we started sleeping in a tent. I didn't even know how to make a tent. Everybody was scared of the cemetery. Walking in that cemetery at 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning, and it's nothing but pitch dark.
I'd be scared at nighttime because I'd be thinking, what if somebody comes to the tent and kills us? Because that happens.
And well, how long was it? Like a year?
A year and 9 months.
A year and 9 months going through it.
You go to turn to people for help and they turn their back on you. When you wake up and you have nowhere to shower. When people change towards you. Honestly, no one cares when you're homeless.
If you're scared to go through something by yourself, it's more security knowing you have somebody going through the same thing at the same time, and you just got each other.
I think you can relate more to each other.
If you could do that, you could do anything.
Yeah, because it's scary. Like, I can imagine being homeless by myself. After we experienced sleeping in the car, sleeping in the tent, the children wanted to apply for the towers, and he finally got it. It was like, finally, we didn't have to be homeless anymore.
I had gotten my room, and once they gave me my room, I snuck her in every day. I took a risk every day. It was something that I didn't care whether I would have lost my room or not, even though it was against the rules. I was gonna show her and anybody else that if I was gonna lose something, then I was gonna risk it for her, because she was worth me risking everything for. You know, even though she's on the 3rd floor and I'm on the 7th, but it's like we live together, but we don't live together.
Yeah.
It's like we live in the same building, different rooms.
An apartment is gonna feel more like your life is getting back, because it's nothing like having an apartment. I miss that, having my own place, cooking your kitchen, to be able to have Thanksgiving, Christmas in your own apartment. I don't know, I just wake up every day like you have to thank God for waking you up and waking up in a bed and, you know, things like that. You appreciate it more. It just teaches you like things you think you can't go through or you're not strong enough, like you could do it, you'll make it. It puts your relationship with yourself and whoever you're with, like it tests it. It was tested. You get depressed, you think about suicide, but then there is a happy ending after.
So what's your happy ending?
I feel like now I have like stability and like things keep getting better little by little. No matter what people say, you should be proud of yourself. If you can make it out of being homeless and survive it, you should be proud of yourself. You realize what a strong person that you are. So you never know, we could have a house one day. That's my dream, maybe.